old and I know good. I can have my hair and my nails good. So, listen to me, say I'm not home. Yes, I get my baby so. Nothing I need a miracle. What's happening on the phone? I wonder if you know. Do you have a clue? Head over low. Got me staring out the window. What's on the side of a sign? What's the reason why? Just the end. You're alright. Just the hey, baby. Gonna go to my next guest, of course. Always good to have him on. He's the men's basketball coach at Hampton University. Always a pleasure to have him on. He is head Joyner Jr. And coach, always good to have you on. I hope all is well with you and your family in these trying times.
I appreciate y'all having me. Yes, everybody's doing good. Up to the day, my family and my team. Same to you. But again, all we do is try to stay safe, keep praying, and keep playing. So that's what we're gonna do.
That's right. And you played a game against George Washington, a team that has been in the upper echelons in their conference in the past. You've gone there and take care of business. Talk about this game. Any nerves coming out of week one, and certainly with COVID-19?
Well, I mean, dealing with COVID-19 has been an experience in itself, especially with all the changes. I think when we went up to JGW, sometimes I think when you do things on your own campus, your kids take it for granted, and they think you overreacting, because I don't know that sometimes they understand the seriousness of things because they aren't affected the same. But when I was getting a chance to go up to GW and they got a chance to see that everybody's taking it serious and how serious it is, and how blessed we are that we're in a position that right now we're able to play. So, I'm happy that we were able to go up there and take care of business. We were short a few guys, but at the end of the day, the guys we had played hard and pulled it out.
Yeah, and when you look at this game, I mean, you again playing on the road against a team like them. I mean, the on ESPN, a 4-point game. Talk about some of these. Give us a recap on how the game went. I know you can look at the stats, but certainly tell us how this game went in your opinion.
Well, I mean, it was one of those. They play a unique style where they are aggressive, but I think they switched so much of a zone. I think for weeks they played pretty much 100% zone during that game, but it was one of those games. It was our first time. Really, we didn't have a chance to do a blue-white scrimmage. We didn't have a chance to have any, so we had never seen any referees or anything up to that point. So at the beginning, we did, come off to a slow start, and I think different from a lot of teams but the teams that I've had maybe in the last year or two, we have abundance of guys that shoot the ball, man. And so I think at the end of the day, they're a team that likes to shoot and live and die by the three. We actually held them to 2 or 3 for 18, but we shot maybe 10 or maybe a little bit more for 30 from the game. So I think that's what it came down to. We were able to get key stops when we needed them, and we were able to make the 3-point ball, which gave us a little bit of a cushion, especially going in at halftime up 37-33. They came back as normal, as any home team should have made a little bit of a run. We were able to handle that, and then we were able to knock down a few more threes to give us the cushion. So, and I think that's the way that the game ended.
How impressed were you? Let me rephrase. Were you more impressed that you held them to, 18% from the 3-point, or more slightly disappointed that they shot the ball almost 47%?
You know what? I was more impressed that we were able to hold them 3 for 18, and that we were able to keep our composure and hold on and win a tight ball game at the end. We got 7, 8, 9 new guys. We lost 4 of our 5 starters. We only had one guy that really started for us for the entire year. Coming back and he averaged only 1 double-digit score, and he averaged 10. So this was a paint-by-number year for us, and with us going virtual, and we really didn't get our students back till later than a lot of people. And that's not making an excuse. We didn't know how much time we had to gel and to get ourselves together before we played our first game. So I really, just shooting 47%, we went in there to take away the 3, and we did because we felt like that was the strength of their game. They had 3 guys on their team that made 80 or more threes, and two of those three made over 100 threes last three is not the way. I mean, getting twos and not threes is not the way that they want to play. So I was impressed for us for taking that out of their game plan, and then being able to gel and come together as a team.
You're just joining us. We're talking with Coach Joyner Jr. Of Hampton. The Pirates are coming off the win against George Washington, and the Big South, of course, beat George Washington from the Atlantic 10. Coach, two-parter, you have going into the half. You talked about the composure that the team showed in this game. Talk about what you said to them to finish the deal in the second half, and the play of your senior, Davian Walker. I think you had 4 guys in double figures, Chris Shelton and of course, Edwards. What you say? So talk about this team that the poise they showed with those 4 guys in particular.
We're going to start with Davian, and again, we know he's our senior leader. Him and Edward out of Hampton, but he's really our senior leader with the amount of minutes and stuff he did for us last year. He struggled the whole game. And the one thing we kept telling him was stick to the process. There's a difference when you play this game, and now you are the scout report, not just a part of the scout report. You are here. And he struggled a little bit early because he was the one that they keyed on. But we tried to make him understand that the way the basketball guys work, when you go just continue to play hard and then go off your effort and contribute in other ways, they'll allow you to make a few plays at the end. And I think he may have scored 12 or 13 or hit 20 points in the last 3-4 minutes of the ball game. Edward Oliver Hampton, with the loss of Ben Stanley, he was a pleasant surprise for us. With the way that he played and his all-around game, he played from 3, he played from 4, and he actually started the game at the 5 for us because we didn't have our transfer station ticket for that one game. He'll be back for the game against Norfolk. But he started at the 5 for us, and we felt like he could be a problem. They were big, but we felt like they had slow feet. And he could be a problem for that. They're big, and he ended the game with 18 and 11. And then, of course, Saheem Anthony and Chris Shelton just made shots for us. And we were struggling early in the first half to score a little bit. And I think coming off a little bit of bump slides and just the adrenaline of the game, I mean, they must have hit a point where they hit 3 apiece, to calm us down and give us a little bit of a cushion. And then another guy that we thought stood out was the young man that started point guard for us, Hampton University. He's a sophomore. He actually started about 6 games for us last year, but he ran the show. And defensively, he did a good job containing Bishop and keeping him occupied, but also making sure all our shooters got the ball in spots so they can make shots.
Coach, with COVID, I'll get back to the court in your next game, big game coming up with Coach Jones and Norfolk State. What was your thoughts? You've always been a straight shooter with us. What was your thoughts when it was decided that the Big South and Hampton University was going to play in the midst of this COVID-19?
Well, it was kind of shocking at first, but at the end of the day, at some point, life does go on, and I felt like we did have to figure out how to have some sort of normal, but also try to keep ourselves safe. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted to play, and I wanted to play bad. I mean, for six months, I don't think my kids knew the person that they that was sitting in the house. I'm not saying that from a bad standpoint. They figured out I can cook. They figured out I can help with homework. They figured out I became a hell of a father. Now I can't get off the hook. Now my wife believes that, no, you gotta be cook. You take it. So, I was, as we all were, we were interested for sports and some part of normal life that we can grab. And I think I was blessed, and we were blessed as a program that the Big South, it decided to play, and then Hampton allowed us to play. Again, we were one of the lucky ones that they allowed to come back and play, for various reasons.
And by the way, I understand that whole father thing, but my name is Daddy now, so boy, some kids gotta go back to school. But anyway, one of the things, though, the concern for, in the Big South, but, traditionally being an HBCU and the funding, that you would be able to keep up in those areas financially with the endowment and everything, the money in the bank type thing. Was there any concern about that when you guys got started? I mean, football, basketball, that whole thing.
You know what? Not for us. The university has already published this. I think, we were fortunate enough throughout this COVID ordeal. I think, it's in money alone, we probably got close to $100 million. And Dr. Hawkins did a hell of a job, making sure that we would, with the McKenzie Scott deal, with somebody else came in, I can't remember the exact name, gave us another $20 million and this and that. They made, with the relationships that Dr. Harvey had, we ended up, we're actually a testing site in the 757. So a lot of universities around this area and places in this area will place they come test. Within that, we got, I think, over 5,000 rapid tests, which are at our disposal as an athletic department. Part of that, we test daily. It's not a once every 3 or 4 days or this and that. We take a test every morning before you walk into that gym. And you got and so I think we've been blessed in a sense because of the relationships and some of the things that our university has that yes, we were able to afford it, but we were also afforded some things to take away that financial burden with us too dealing with this COVID. So we're no different than when it comes to testing and trying to stay safe. Now, ultimately, it is on us as coaches and it is on us as student athletes to make sure that we're doing the right thing, more so than anything else, because just taking the test doesn't cure it, or cure the problem. But it doesn't being safe without masks and doing things the right way also. But we've been blessed to be put in a situation, and again, I couldn't speak to Dr. Harvey enough because some of the things that we were afforded because of his relationships and all that really a lot of that was taken off of us, and we're able to move freely.
Well, Dr. Harvey is a visionary, as you know, and you are definitely fortunate and blessed to have, him and his, of course, his connections, as you mentioned, and what he can do. And the final question about this, before I kind of ask you about Norfolk, is, can you just kind of paint a picture of what it's been like before you actually hit the court, and then when you hit the court, the sacrifices, and then, let's be clear, we all want to be safe, so I'm not trying to make it out to be this, what it is, but other than the fact that you guys are actually doing this, and the struggles and the stress and the things that go into all of that.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's different in the fact that you don't have fans. There are no other kids there at school. Our student athletes basically live in a bubble. Again, we're blessed enough to have a set of apartments on campus that are gated, this and that. But again, they're 24 hours surveillance around them to make sure that they're doing the right things to make sure that they keep everything. At the end of the day, again, no different than the way it is a little different, but in the same sense of the way the guys were in the NBA. We're kind of living in our own bubble. We're from our apartments to the gym, back to the apartments, back to the gym. So again, the normal life that they've been used to as a student athlete, and what some people would say, but they've been spoiled by, that's totally changed. And it really hit me up at GW because again, we played a game with no fans. So, I really wasn't used to that. As a coach, sometimes it gets tough on us. We got to watch him out, man. Everybody, so again, it's a sacrifice that we've had to make just from some things in the normal day-to-day life of a student athlete and the daily checks. And you got to get up in the morning and you got to go into your live safe and answer the question and all the things you have to do there just for everybody to try to be as safe as possible, and not just for your student athletes. We don't want to put nobody in the community at risk either, and in the Hampton University community. So, we got to be as student athletes. I think
still on? I know it's coming up on Monday, but is the game, as you know, still on?
Yeah. As of right now, at the moment, I feel good. And of course, it's still the battle phase. So, we're going to go in there with the same excitement and, hopes to win a ball game. But not only, again, about our guys are actually in there practicing right now. As I told them, the nicest thing is serious and it's real. Not only did we do Williams and Barry, we had a non-D1 that we had scheduled who had a game tonight. And we were in a situation at the other school that they were supposed to play tonight, and we had to test the team. We do a rapid test when they don't have to play before we play. And they had 3 people got caught. So we just thought, this thing is real. It's for real.
Final question, Keith is going into Norfolk and getting a win. Of course, you don't even play to the ESPN game 3 days later, hopefully. Actually, it's been canceled. But after that, going to Lexington. But the keys to getting the victory at Norfolk State, Coach Jones.
First of all, again, he always has well-disciplined squad, especially on the defensive end. So you got to make sure you take care of the ball, and you got to make sure you're able to make tough shots and put yourself in situations where you can get on the break and get as many easy baskets as you can, because they're very well versed in half-court defense. He does a great job with that. But to be able to do what I just talked about, you also to bring to the next team, you got to be able to rebound the ball. They have good size, they have good length, and they've always been tough on the glass. So you got to limit them to one shot so that you can get yourself some easy opportunities. Then you got to be able to handle the emotion of the game. No matter what the records are, and I think right now we're both be going into it, but we'll be 1-0. Some of us have some good victories and things like that, but handle the emotion of the game, and if you can do that and understand to take the high head to win the cool game, to take the cool head to win a high game, then after that, I like our chances if we're able to do that, and then, we'll see where the chips fall.
Well, Coach, listen, thanks for coming on. Best of luck in this trying new thing, and like I said, God bless you and your family and your team and their families. Be safe, first and foremost, and we'll talk with you very soon.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that, and God bless you and your listeners and everybody around it. And stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
Almost anywhere, haven't I taken you? Almost everywhere. Think of all the things that we shared in the night to me, not there. Oh, giving you more carrots than the baby. Got you, baby, everything I got. You can have it, baby. I'll do magic. I'll do all I can to keep you satisfied. So just in case I don't make it home tonight, baby. Just in case I don't make it home tonight. Oh, then you make it up to you for the last time, baby. Hate sweet love you right. Like the last, 'cause baby, all that I have. So just in case. So just in case I don't make it home tonight. Just in case. Just in case, just in case. Like the last, 'cause baby, all that I have. So just in case. Yeah. Haven't I made you feel so special? As your man, I've held your hand, never letting go. Let you hold the keys to the Lexus.
try. Gave you all you need and gone as long as I'm alive. Even from the heavens up above, I'll shine on. Too much is never enough. Oh, you're all I want. Even when I'm gone, love will carry on. Just that strong, so just in case. I make it home, baby. Oh, when the championship's going like the last, baby, gotta have just in case. Oh, just in case I make it home tonight. Just in case. When the championship's going like the last, baby, all that I have is just in case. The last time. Baby, you know I love you. I've been anything in this whole world. You're my anything, my everything, my wife, my queen. So if something happens to me, there's something you need to know. I love you. When the championship's like the last, 'cause baby, you're gotta have some just in case. I don't make it home, I want you to know, just in case, just in case. Let me make it up to you for the last time. You're my heart, you're my soul, yeah, you make me whole. 'Cause baby, you're gotta have some just in case, just in case, just in case, baby. I want just in case. I love you tonight. Let me make it up to you for the love.
Creative professional logo with Wix and make your business stand out. I'm Hadar from Wix. Let me show you how.
Weight of love on my shoulder. I thought that it would be easier than this. I thought my heart had grown colder, but the warmth of your kiss I can't dismiss. Though my past has left me bruised, I ain't hiding from the truth. When the truth won't let me lie right next to you. But it's holding on, and it's holding strong. Even though I tried to make it play the part, but I can't fake it. It keeps holding on, and it's holding strong. Even though I tried to break it, heaven knows that I can't shake it. Holding on, holding on, holding on. I've seen times that were harder. I remember the taste of bitterness. Won't you help me, my Father? Help me fall in the love that I have missed. Though my past has left me bruised, I ain't hiding from the truth. When the truth won't let me lie right next to you. But it's holding on, and it's holding strong. Even though I tried to make it play the part, but I can't fake it. It keeps holding on, and it's holding strong. Even though I tried to break it, heaven knows that I can't shake it.
Holding on, girl. I'm holding on, Yeah. But it's holding on and it's holding strong. Even though I tried to make it, played the part, but I can't fake it. It keeps holding on and it's holding strong. Even though I tried to break it, heaven knows that I can't shake it. Holding on, holding on, holding on, holding on. It keeps holding on, hey, holding on. You better believe I'm holding on, girl. Holding on, I'm holding on, holding on, holding on. You better believe I'm holding you, holding on. I'm holding on, girl. Holding on.
Preservation of style, it's really about appreciating and celebrating these old world things in the new world.
Hey, babe, so you getting ready for tonight? What we doing?
Baby, I'm not going to be able to make it to the show tonight. These reshoots are killing me.
Are you serious? Tonight of all nights, this is like my special night. And you know it's not going to be the same without you. Wow.
I know it's ladies' night, but you bring your ass home.
Trust me, as soon as I'm done, I'm coming straight home to you.
It's such a strong connection, unlike anything I ever seen. Feels like the right direction. Cause you're next door, baby, you're next door. Yeah. The warmth of your affection, I feel it washing over me. You got all my attention. Cause you're next door, baby, you're next door. Cause baby, your love is so divine. It's just like paradise. And it's a beautiful design. Girl, you give me life. Ain't nothing like the soul of a woman. To make it keep on going. When you feel like giving up, don't ever wanna give up. That's my baby. Ain't nothing like the soul of a woman. I'm talking about the soul, yeah. Ain't got nothing make you feel like $1,000,000 bucks. That's my baby. Ain't nothing like the soul. Ain't nothing like the soul of a woman. Of a woman. Oh, no, I don't have to ask her. You give me everything I ever need. Like a man on a mission. Sometimes I make you mad, we may fuss and fight. No matter what, we still kiss goodnight. It's better when you're in my arms. Baby, your love is so divine. It's just like paradise. million bucks. Like $1 million bucks. That's my baby. Baby. This is my dedication to the one I love. This is my, oh baby, yeah. This is my dedication to the one I love. This is my, yeah. Like the soul of a woman to make you feel going when you feel like giving up. No matter what I'm going through, that's my baby. My baby. Ain't nothing like the soul of a woman. Yeah. Ain't got nothing make you feel like $1 million bucks. My baby, that's my girl. My baby.
and our guests. It's always good to have him as a guest on the broadcast. I'm getting a little feedback here. Make sure we get this correct here. Always good to have him on. He is a writer for sportsawakening.com and, of course, other media outlets. He is the one and only Mike Patton. And Mike, if you give me 1 second here, we will get you straight. Always good to have you on, sir. Absolutely. It's a couple of games and a couple of situations that I wanted to talk about. You know, one of which, when you look at the game with Cleveland and Tennessee, right in your backyard. So, you know, we already know that the Titans, you said the Titans really, they are who they are on defense. And we know that, you know, this probably not going to get much better at this point with them. And I don't want to take anything away from Tennessee, but, you know, Cleveland, they really haven't played much of anybody. Their wins have been over some teams that they should have beat. And you know, if I'm a franchise if I own a team and I want a quarterback, I want the basics. Basically, take care of the ball, and be accurate. But I also want a guy who can win a game when we need him to win a game. Carson Wentz, obviously, has been going through some growing pains. But, you know, again, Tennessee's defense has been struggling all year. We know that. You know, Derrick Henry didn't have the greatest game. And if you could run the ball like with Chubb and all those guys, and it opens up play action pass. Mike, you play football. You know how it works. So, again, people want to jump on and off the bandwagon of Baker Mayfield. I'm still off. I don't think this guy will ever be a Super Bowl get it done when we need you to drive down the field and make it happen type of quarterback. Now, if you're saying that he's one of those guys that says, you know what, my defense is playing well. I got one of the best defensive pass rushers in the game, running the ball, 2 great running backs. I got great wide receivers that can get it done, tight ends, one of the best offensive lines in the game. I just don't need to screw it up. Then, yeah, if that's what he's designed to do, then that's fine. But let's not get overrated and overconfident in a guy, because they still got to play the Ravens. They still got to play Pittsburgh again. The Giants are a lot better. They still got to play them. Giants have one of the top 10 defenses in the league. They get after you. So what do you say about Baker Mayfield at this point, especially after this 4-touchdown game he had against your Titans?
Other than that, like I said, definitely looked like yesterday. And what I can say about Baker Mayfield is he's up and down. When he has to enjoy on his shoulders, he's not that guy. But when he has the running game going, it makes him more dangerous. And if he can play like he did yesterday in terms of managing the game, making the plays when they're there instead of trying to make things out of nothing, then he'll be a solid asset to that team. He's not going to be a superstar quarterback, but he can be a quarterback that can get you there from what he has running game. So,
that's my point. You just said what I essentially said the same thing. If they want a guy who can manage the game and don't make mistakes, then maybe some things will happen. But he's not. He'll never be. And I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find a quarterback that's not, you know, a superstar. You know that. You know, just a Russell Wilson type thing. But a guy who can, okay, every now and then, we need that drive to get it done, to get us deep. I don't see that with him. I see him managing the game and not making mistakes. If they don't make mistakes, they can have some success.
He has to mature to that guy, to be honest. He has to mature to that guy. He hasn't matured to that guy, and you know, we don't know if he's going to ever mature to that guy. So that's the thing. We don't know, any of us. So that's the issue with Baker Mayfield at this point. Of course, you know, Tom's running out. He'll probably be the quarterback there next year, unless somebody comes up and is available that they really want. But they're more than likely pick up the option. He'll be the quarterback next year as well. So, to me, I mean, he's done a better job this year because he's been set up for more success than he was in previous regimes. Because Kevin Stefanski, you got to give him credit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Put him in a great position.
Absolutely.
So that's why I would say he's been better and put in better positions to succeed. He's not the guy that has to carry the entire offense, which is basically there's not a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL that can just jump out there and do that anyway right now. But he definitely is not a guy who can jump out there and carry a whole offense. He's not that guy. And you're not for sure if he can carry you on that one drive. Either he gets one game he could, one game he couldn't. Of course he showed something in Jacksonville, but it is Jacksonville. So I can't necessarily say, hey, he's there. But he's done it back-to-back games to show what. So I'll give him that much. But, hey, we could be seeing him maturing, or we could be just seeing he can play well against bad defense system.
And that's the question. That's the question. But I'm
absolutely,
and I'm with you on Kevin Stefanski. I mean, I think he is done. He should be coach of the year. Him or Matt LaFleur or someone. I mean, they've done a really good job. With that Tennessee team again, listen, we give them a lot of credit with Tannehill and doing what he's doing, and you have King Henry, but they got to shore this defense up. I mean, you can't be down, what was it, 38-17 or whatever, 28, whatever it was at halftime. Like, you can't do that and expect you can go deep into the playoffs. So, is there anything they can do defensively, schematically, to make this a little bit better, or it is what it is? They're gonna go as far as they can.
Well, I talked to a couple Titans fans, and I did actually notice a couple things as well, and talking to a few fans and a few people that actually, pay attention to the team. The thing I've noticed is basically they're playing people not in a position to succeed. And that goes on the defensive coordinator, who is like Vrabel. So, to me, if you're looking at it, we can give you a prime example. Kevin Byers not having the greatest year as he can last year. One of the reasons why is they're putting in more in man-to-man coverage. Kevin Byers has never really been a man-to-man coverage guy.
I was gonna say he's a zone guy.
Been a center fielder, basically he's been a center fielder in second. That's what he's always been. And what ends up now is they've got him in this position to now basically just be this guy that, tries to cover people, and that's not what he does. He's a center fielder that covers up things. He's not the guy that coaches. And the crazy part is they've got Kenny Vaccaro playing something else too. I'm like, okay, Kenny Vaccaro is better cover guy than Byers is. So why not put him in a position to succeed, let Vaccaro cover, put Kevin Byers back there in the center fielder position, and you're a little bit better in that position, and then in the secondary. But for some reason, he's got it in his mind that Kevin Byers is going to be a cover safety. That's not who he is. He's just not put him in a position to succeed. That's not really fair to him.
Just joining us, we're talking with Mike Patton here on the Batchelor News Radio Show on the Batchelor News Radio Network and WCOM FM in Carville and Chapel Hill. Mike, you mentioned defensive coordinators and putting guys in positions to make plays. Never been a Greg Williams guy. You can't just blitz your way all the time. You can't, because you're going to live and die by it. Now, I get the people who want to say, look, you know, he called a zero blitz, which means understand means that's an all-out blitz. You got three guys in the cover, maybe one safety, two corners, like it was with this Jets game against the Raiders. And then your linebacker, got to make a play. He either got to make a play or he's got to change the play. He got to go, no, we're gonna zone it out. But I don't care what you're normally to do. You don't 5 seconds. The Raiders just got past them on the previous play, and they were playing zone. They weren't playing man on that with a blitz. They were zoning it out, and they still got past. Aguilar got past the defense and the safety. The previous play, Carr just missed them. And then you come back with the same thing. Is that Williams being Williams, or do you buy into any of the conspiracy that the Jaguars only got one win, the Jets have none, and the Jets want to make sure they have that first pick in the draft?
I think it's a little of both. Greg Williams being Greg Williams. I've actually met Greg Williams before. I went to high school with his son for a year. So I've actually talked to him and met him and gone over a few things with him. And yeah, that is Greg Williams. Definitely. With what he did there. But however, there is other aspects of that you definitely have to think of and wonder, are they just going ahead blowing the season away? And so, you know, that's just, honestly, it kind of makes you scratch your head and think, why would they even all out with? I've never seen anybody do that before. So that's the first thing that I've never
Mike,
seen happen before.
Right, because Mike, you could get pressure on that last play in a lot of different ways. You don't have to go zero. You can do a lot of different things. And again, the linebacker didn't blast Carr. He couldn't get to him, I guess. And that's what it's also designed to do, to come up the middle and hit that quarterback. That didn't happen. But it just didn't make any sense other than the fact that, really the two things, I would hope that he's just being who he is and being arrogant about it. Like, okay, if we're going to lose, we're going to lose the way I want it to do. But are the Jets the most dysfunctional team, not just in football, but in all the sports right now, in your opinion?
Yes, they are probably the most dysfunctional team in the NFL. I don't understand what is going on with this team. I just don't get it. Ownership's bad. Coach is bad. I don't even know how coach got hired. The coach gets the GM fired, which I've never seen that happen. It's just a lot going on. And then you have the player after the game, after this past game, the safety, I think it was bigger than
Right.
he actually called out the defensive coordinator after the game to say, what are you doing? What call was that? What are you doing? So it just, to me, it's just a lot of dysfunction going on there. Yet still you see Adam Gase with the job, which I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that one.
Well, he should have been gone a long time ago. He shouldn't even be a coach, actually, to be totally honest with you. You look at the situation in Miami, and the fact is that, a couple of things we knew about him is that, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he's pretty accurate. But is he doing enough that you can be confident enough that this team can make the playoff? Because they still got a pretty tough, last 4 games. And even if they don't, I would think might be a great learning experience for him. Even if they don't make the playoffs, but he's in there, they throw him in there. I think it's good. But do you think they make the playoffs with him?
Which team is that? I didn't catch which team he said.
Miami with Tua.
Miami. I think they have a very good chance to make the playoffs. They just sputtering a little bit offensively right now. Of course, you can get away with that against the team they played yesterday, but they need to kind of clear that up. Once they clear that up, then I can say, okay, they have a really good chance. They give them a 50-50 chance of making the playoffs. But other teams are definitely hard charging at this point.
Do they have a shot to win the division?
That's all the same. If the 49ers beat the Bills, then they definitely have a shot to win the division.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the Bills only because their defense is not the same. And it's a situation where they need to shore that up. We'll see. I looked at Arizona. Everybody's down on Murray and his play, but you play with a bad shoulder. Again, you play the game. It's hard to do what you normally do, which is pass the football. And be able to be effective at it. He can still run, but again, psychologically, I'm thinking, Mike, he's thinking about that arm. Is Arizona where you thought they would be this year with this quarterback?
Honestly, I didn't think they would be in a position to compete for the playoffs just quite yet. I was concerned more about their defense than I was their offense. But they're doing a little better than what many thought they would do. However, there would be raised expectations. They're expected to do more. And yesterday, they got a little taste of, Hopkins got a little taste of Jalen Ramsey, who's already about 34 of 40 of his snaps. And he only held for 39 yards a season. So when that happens, that offense shut down because Hopkins couldn't get open. So I think yesterday was more of a showing of the Rams defense and Jalen Ramsey doing what he does best, as opposed to Kyler Murray not doing what he does best. Which, I think he was trying to get Hopkins the ball, and I think that kind of messed with a lot of things as well. I think next game they'll have a little easier to go about it, and they'll be able to make some things happen.
I'm with Mike Patton here on the Batchelor Radio Show. Mike, when you look at a team that, like Seattle, I can't figure them out. And I really think that something's not right with Russell. He's just not playing right. And I think their offensive line is a little overrated. I don't think they're physical enough. They got some issues there. But he just doesn't seem like Russell. What's the deal with Seattle? And how much credit do you give Joe Judge and this Giants team the way they're playing? Like I said, the defense is top 10. They win without their starting quarterback. McCoy is the backup, and they win. They go in Seattle, albeit no fans there. And they're playing pretty good football in the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Honestly, I'm a little worried about Russell. He hasn't necessarily been the same guy. It's almost like he's waiting to see if something breaks too much now instead of actually getting rid of the football.
Right.
While I love those plays where he runs around and things like that, it just seems like he's holding on to it too much at this point. I don't think anything injuries. I just think that's a quicker decision. And instead of making a quicker decision, he's trying to, it's almost in some sense he's trying to make a home run play instead of making the easy play and then the home run play comes from that. So that's what I think is the biggest issue. Their offensive line has always been pretty questionable. I mean, anytime you're converting offensive linemen out of basketball players to defensive linemen, your offensive line is not going to be very great anyway. So, they haven't really ran the football well, and this year was just the difference. So that's the difference. But I wouldn't say their offensive line is overrated because they've never really been great to me, in my opinion. They've never been great, in my opinion, anyway. As far as the defense of the Giants, I'm very impressed. Leonard Williams is really revived division of the NFC East, they may pull themselves out of there and win the division championship, which would be pretty incredible and something that nobody expected to see, especially with the losses of Saquon Barkley and other guys this year.
Yeah, I don't think they run away with it, but I do think, with the Eagles, with their issues, we already talked about, we don't have to go to Carson Wentz and the Eagles and their issues. Dallas being Dallas, Washington is pretty solid, but I just think the Giants are a little more, if you want to go balance, if you will, a little bit more balanced than Washington, so they would probably win that division.
Washington's giving a little trouble to report, like 14-10.
Right, at the time of the broadcast, you're right. And I was pretty disappointed that you can't get it in the local. You had to have the Fox regional to get it because of the lockouts and all the different things going on. It's another Monday Night Football game, so it takes precedent on it. But let me ask you this final football question, at least. Who's been more impressive? Belichick and the Patriots, where they are. I mean, Cam's got no weapons. I mean, he threw for 68 yards and they won 45-0 yesterday. And their defense has been playing pretty well. Or the Saints, because the second year in a row, this coach had a backup because Drew Brees got hurt, and they're undefeated. They're making this kid look like he can be. He could drop back and throw the ball. I mean, it was 232 yards or whatever, but he 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. He knew to go to Michael Thomas. Who's been more impressive this year thus far?
I'll say the Saints. The Saints have, because nobody talks about their defense. The Saints defense is really, really good.
Yeah.
George Jenkins has revived his career as a cornerback down there, and now they got 2 good corners in Lattimore and George Jenkins. You got Mario Davis, and nobody talks about it, as one of the most underrated defensive, the most underrated linebackers in the NFL. And the defensive line is getting after the quarterback without having to blitz anyone. So their defense has been even more impressive, along with the way that they're trying to use Taysom Hill, which, and by the way, I'm still not sold on him being starting quarterback in the NFL full-time.
Agreed.
But definitely for the stopgap, he's making some things happen, and I'm definitely more impressed with that team and what they're doing.
Final NBA question. We'll talk more NBA down the road as they get ready for camp and everything else. But I have to ask you about the Wizards Rockets trade. So twofold. Who got the better of it? And is John Wall coming in Houston enough to keep James Harden wanting to stay?
Well, first question, whoever got the deal, I would say the Washington Wizards probably did, because now you got a guy that actually can stay on the court and do things. Even though, some decisions you make you scratch your head. But he can actually be on the court and actually make those decisions, as opposed to Wall, which his injuries have pretty much decimated a lot of some of his career. So that's an issue. John Wall can actually stay healthy and be some of the Jones past and might swing the fences some way or another. However, I think that Westbrook playing under his old coach is going to bring a little bit more intensity to the Washington Wizards, which they need. They played a lot max to me at times, especially on the defensive end. And, from what I'm hearing, he's ratcheted up the intensity of that entire team, which is what they needed. So I think the Wizards got the better of that deal. I think the Wizards will have a very good chance to make the playoffs with Russell Westbrook, actually. And as far as if John Wall's enough to keep James Harden there, well, we saw that James Harden had before he actually was hanging out in the strip club. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't see it working. I really don't. Maybe you see different. I don't see it working.
I feel bad for Steven Silas because he basically got hired into this position.
Right.
With this, and I feel pretty terrible for him because I was glad for him to get a coaching job. He paid his bills, but the thing I hated is he got hired into this position. And why can't that's what remembers the Arizona head coach when Wilkes got hired. He was fired within a year. That's just, that's what I worry about with his hiring.
Yeah, I agree with you. It'll be interesting to see. Before you go, let people know how they can follow you and what's your latest article and how they can read on that.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at MikePatton82. You can also get the Hat TV app with Titan Talk. Do that on Sundays before the game and the post game after the game as well. You can find me on Places as well as the 3-point conversion at the number 3pointconversion.com. Right, Titan article. Last one I wrote on was kind of breaking down a couple different things that Titan had worried about, which is double trouble, and that was Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and they sure enough did damage against them on Sunday.
Yeah, he was on point with that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Browns moving forward. Mike, as always, I appreciate you, bro. Be well, be safe. Talk with you next week, sir.
Yes, sir.
to the show. Thank you for joining us here on the Batchelor News radio show on the Batchelor News Radio Network. I want to go to my good friend, longtime friend, and co-host and colleague on the line from BASN Newsroom, Tony T. Mac McQueen. And Mac, I hope all is well with you, sir.
I'm good. To start off with some sobering news, but unfortunately, 2020 took another fourth straight today as Dick Allen passed away today at the age of 72.
Wow. Yeah, and it's been a lot of baseball, folks.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just take the floor. Talk about Dick Allen. Talk about his career. Some a little bit controversy here and there, but talk about it.
Well, this is a guy that should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. Actually, a friend of mine, Mike Ricardo, over the last 10, 15 years has been really pushing. He's a former Philly Batchelor.
Right.
He has been pushing this for quite a while. And over the years, we've seen a lot more of his books, some more about him. And in fact, the Phillies actually retired his number. And the Phillies have a thing where they don't really they don't retire a number of their Hall of Famers, but I think it just speaks to just how the organization comes about it. And everyone knows all the craziness that he went through in Philly. For all intents and purposes, he was basically the first black player, prominent black player, who played for the Phillies, and he caught a lot of help, unfortunately, when he was there in Philly. He actually came back a second time, and it didn't end well there either. But this was a guy where he was a player's player. Think of John, the legendary, John Henry with a baseball bat. That's what Dick Allen was. His home run shot. That's legendary. He was MVP for the White Sox in '72. Rookie of the year with the Phillies. But great ball player, and it's a shame that he didn't live long enough to get his practice. It looked like they were trying to let people get in within the next year or so, but unfortunately now, it would be nice if he does get in, but it's unfortunate he will not be able to actually live to see it.
Baseball and sports in general, T, can be very unforgiving to guys like Dick Allen. I mean, here's a guy who was Rookie of the Year. He won an MVP. He was one of the better offensive players that I can remember, right? 60s and 70s. And just, like, what do you have to do other than play the game, I guess, for them to give you the credit that you deserve? Like, he put up numbers, mostly with Philly and White Sox and stuff like that. But what do you have to do be a guy like that? And again, as you mentioned, essentially first black ball player there, but certainly wasn't some slouch. Like 64, I think he was Rookie of the Year, right? 64, somewhere around there.
Yeah. He was Rookie of the Year. Still a lot of rookie and a lot of home run records. I think he holds the Phillies record for home runs by a rookie. I'm not off the top of my head, I'm not sure what the exact number is, but he was an impact player everywhere he went. He didn't get, he quote unquote didn't get along with the media, so that's one of the that's
there you go.
Not in the Hall of Fame. But again, as I've gotten older over the years, Hall of Fame and MVP awards or whatever, when you realize the politics that are involved in this, it takes away from what its real impact are, because for the many folks because I've always felt with all the four majors, football, baseball, basketball, and hockey, for all the players that are in, there's probably at least 5 to 6 players in each previous decade deserve to be in as well. And Dick Allen is clearly one of those few. You can go on and on in regards to, how this comes to mind. But, when you said finally got it this past year, I thought you should have gotten it a lot sooner. But yeah, I think that in speaking about Dick Allen, it just hurts a little more now because now if he does get it, yes, it would be nice, but unfortunately he didn't live long enough to see it. It's too bad.
Talking with Tony T. Mac McLean. T, one of the things, unique things that he has, that a lot of players don't have is he had a couple of brothers of his own family that played in the league, and obviously weren't as known. But not only he was up there in slugging percentage, he was up there in home runs, as you mentioned. But his brother Hank played. His brother Ron had a little cup of coffee, I think, with the Cardinals. I think it was one of those teams. So that's a unique. It shows a talent that came out of that family. Not to mention he was an all-star as well.
Well, if you ever read any books on him or no other, he was a great athlete. One could arguably say that baseball wasn't even his best sport. He was a great high school basketball player who played with his brother Hank, and it was old school bias. See, the thing with him is, you ask a lot of pitchers from back in the day, he was supposed to be a guy who faced the obvious thing, the Garrett, when he made Dick Allen, invariably, his name is always on those players' list as well.
Who would you compare him to? I compare him to a little Jim Rice only because of the power and the slugging, and off the field where he didn't do well with the media, or at least I should say the media didn't do well with him.
You know what? I can't compare him to anybody. I compare him to himself, Dick Allen. He was.
Yeah.
He was. This is the guy that he should be. Strength. I think the one thing with him that you talked about was strength. There's a guy that he had these ham-hot hands. There's a great picture of him. He hit with like a 37-40-ounce bat. And I swear, that 37-40-ounce bat looked like a toothpick in his hand. Because he had these big hands, and again, it's like the old typical story of John Henry. He was John Henry with a bat. He was John Henry with a bat. Probably better fielders than probably to get a lot of credit for. But again, more has always been placed on his off the field stuff than his on the field. And it's a shame because I think that sadly he hasn't been given enough credit for as good a ball player as he was.
And you know what, too, Tony? A lot of people, when I read up on him, being younger, but read up on him and his play, like most black ball players, coming up through the minors, he went through those redneck areas, and he faced a lot of racist stuff. I think he played in Little Rock, Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and
that was he was signed. He was basically signed out of high school, and literally and figuratively went from he was a hometown guy from Philly. He was actually from Philly, and you go from Philly to Arkansas to Little Rock, Arkansas. Now imagine
Right.
So it's amazing. It's really amazing what he was able to endure. And then unfortunately that had to do with even more so what he got to the base. Especially those early years in Philly. And ironically, it's funny. He was a player that was sent to the Cardinals in the Kurt Blood trade. He was one of the players that was sent to the Cardinals for the Kurt Blood trade.
Right. Yeah, and that's so they go from one guy that they want to figure be a traitor to bringing in another black guy. I mean, they certainly they didn't want Kurt Blood, but rest in power and peace, and blessings and peace to him and his family. Certainly, they lose a guy like that. Let's stay on baseball. You talked about Tony T. Mac playing here in PAS and look at the Hall of Fame this year. And you got guys, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Derek Jeter is unanimous, right? Like he would be the one guy, Larry Walker. Assess who you think deserves to be in it. Will we see that that Mariano Rivera type situation?
It's very, very hard to say because even when it did happen, no one really saw that one coming to a certain extent. Again, it's not that Rivera did not deserve it, but he probably was the one guy that I'm going to say the one guy, but he probably wasn't the person that you thought would have gotten 100%. Griffey had like 98%. Tom Seaver had 97%. Others of I guess I believe Jeter. I think he got like
99. I think it was 99 or something. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, basically like two writers just put it on the ballot. But see, it just speaks to the silliness of the voting, where the old adage is, well, if you put this down 100%, that's like saying he's the greatest player in the history of baseball. And it's not.
It's foolishness.
It's such an asinine argument. It's basically saying for this year, he was the most obvious choice.
Right.
That's all. It's not now again, is Mariano Rivera the greatest reliever of all time? Debatable. We can go back and forth. My problem is the biggest problem I get. So that's the only problem. It's the protocol. Why would somebody like say, why Edgar Lee and others before this step? We're not, my thing is always been, you have to put in the folks who paved the way. And Lee Smith was the guy that paved the way for for John Smoltz, for Mariano Rivera.
Right.
Him, Soder, and Hoyt Wilhelm, and Bruce Gossage, and Raleigh Finger, those guys, for the most part, they were in before the modern day guys. But for some reason, Lee Smith, they made his weight. And again, now, I don't remember Lee Smith having a bad relationship with the media, but I think somewhere along the lines when the analytics folks came along, he got lost in the shuffle. And see, that's going to be the problem for a lot of these players from back in the day, and even the players of now, because they're going to tell you more why they shouldn't get in, as opposed to why they should get in.
Yeah. What's the just to remind myself even, but the audience, what's the percentage they have to get in? I forgot.
75% of the vote.
Okay.
75% of the vote.
So, and I think it's the reason why I asked that is because when I went and looked, T, not to cut you off, but should Kurt Schilling had fallen short? We knew Clemens and Bonds they're going to give a problem with. I thought Omar Vizquel was one of the best shortstops in the game of this era. He fell short, but some of those guys, you look at, some of these guys, Gary Sheffield, he had he spoke out. Maybe he doesn't get as many percentages that he deserves. Manny, of course, with all that. You mentioned Jeff Kent and guys like that. Sammy Sosa, Andy Pettit didn't get a lot this year. But some of those guys, should they have fallen short, like a Kurt Schilling, of those numbers to get in? And why him? I mean, he's beloved and the bloody sock and all this other crazy stuff.
Me personally, for me, I go back to the technical. This is has to get in first for Chilling as far as I'm concerned.
Right, I agree.
That's the way I look at it. Jeff Kent, I'm very surprised Jeff Kent is again, put it again, not a media darling. And see, that is something so cool. As a big, this is what hurts baseball the most. The dumb ass unofficial rules. They still hold on to these old wise tales in regards to what we know about of the way the game is played and the Hall of Fame voting
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it works coming down the stretch for the rest of this year.
I'm actually looking forward to whenever they do play football. I just hope that we get a chance to play ball this year. But yeah, I mean, I've been catching games here and there, but yeah, it's you know, it's you literally have to check your local listings and you have to check just to make sure. Oh, this one, yeah. Oh, okay. They're all I want. If they're not, yeah.
Great. T, as always, I appreciate you. I'll talk with you in a few minutes, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, take care.
Thanks, T. Tony T. McLean, he's the editor of Black Athlete, the Sports Newsroom, BASN Newsroom. You missed any part of the broadcast, make sure you go to our website, thebatchelornewsradionetwork.com, thebatchelornewsradionetwork.com. Follow us on Facebook at Pat Nation, also on Twitter, Pat Nation 2, LinkedIn, TuneIn, and you can catch different broadcasts at any podcast place, including iTunes, TuneIn, Spotify, and Anchor. Enjoy the rest of your time. We will talk with you soon on the Batchelor News Radio Show on the Batchelor News Radio Network, WCOM, and Chapel Hill and Carver.